What's up, guys? Today we're going to take a brief moment to look at a simple example of how to get a CSS animation running. Now you can take this idea and you can make a very complex animation, but today we're just going to start by keeping things very short and brief. Alright guys, I have this project open here. Now we did this a little while ago where we created this little landing page with a blend mode with just the word coffee over an image. It was interesting, but we're going to take this and we're going to add our CSS animations to it. So I'm showing you this right here. This is basically what we're going to do. It's a super simple CSS animation, but I just want to use this as an example to show you guys how to create an animation, a very basic one, and then from there you can take the concepts, take the syntax, and you can create your own animations, and they can be much more complex than this, but I just figured we would start off with a very simple example here. So let me go ahead and close this out, and this is what we are working with right now. So if I jump over to the code, you'll see this is the image, and this background color is what we actually want to change for that animation. So to do this, the first thing that we need to do is set up some keyframes. So you need to declare your animation before you call it. So I'm just going to do this right above the class. So you're going to type in @keyframes, and then you're going to type in the name that you want this to be. So I'm just going to call this colors, and then within here you're going to write what the keyframes are for that animation. So you can do from like that and then to. You can do that, but that's not exactly what we want to do, because it's not just a beginning and an end. If you were doing an animation where you just had a beginning and an end, you could do from and to, and whatever CSS you wanted in the beginning you'd put here, and whatever CSS you wanted at the end you would put here. So for this one, we're going to use some percentages and make this a little different, because we're going to have a few different stops. So we're going to start off at 0%. We're going to have some code, and then we're going to start at the next one is going to be 25%. The next one is going to be 50%. And then we're going to do 75. Whoops. And then the last one is 100. So those are the different stops that we're going to do. And let's see. Let's go ahead and make the first one black. So I want it to end and start on the same color so that it just feels seamless. So let's go ahead, and this is what we're going to modify. So I'm just going to copy this. We're going to paste this right in here, except let's change this to a black hex code. All right. We'll come over here and copy this down to 100%. So now it should start and end on that same color. Let's go ahead and grab this, and we could go ahead and put this one. Let's do this, and then let's go ahead and we'll make the 25%. Let's go ahead and just make it red. Except that needs to be the background color. All right, just like that. Good. And then let's go ahead and let's make this 50% background color. Let's make this some sort of orange. So let's just go like F5A050. I think that's orange. Yep, orange. All right, cool. So I like that. Now, we don't need this extra @ sign. I don't know why that's there. Let's go back to the web page, and I'll refresh this, and you'll see nothing has happened. And that's because we declared what our keyframes or our animation is, but we didn't actually call it. So now we need to call it on this element. So I'm going to do this using shorthand, but you can go ahead and you can write this out many different ways. You've got animation fill mode, animation direction, animation, I think like iteration, I can leave a link down below so that you can look at what all of the different values are that you can put in. But let's go ahead and just do this as shorthand for now. So I'm going to write animation. And the first thing that I'm going to call is the name of the animation that I want to run. So I want to run colors. So just type in colors. And then the next item that we want to type in is the duration. So this is just how long this animation is going to take to get from 0% to 100%. I'm going to say 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and we're going to write linear. This is just the curve, you know. The next is the delay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do 0 seconds for the delay. And then we can do the iteration count. So I'm going to do, let's do 1. And then the fill mode, I'm just going to do normal, which is forward. Okay, so let's save that. And I'm going to jump back over to the web page here and refresh. And now you can see we started off at black, we went to red, now we're going to orange, and then to yellow, and then we should fade back to black. And then that should be the end of the animation. So the animation ended and it just went, it cleared. It's done. So now it went back to what we had set up right here. Now, if we want to keep this running, we can go ahead and we can change this from 1. We could make it run as any number of times, but we can also just go infinite. That's not spelled right. Infinite. And now if we come back here and refresh, you'll see this will fade from black to red, orange, yellow. And then it should go back to black here. And now we should just repeat. So it's going to fade right back in. So that's really all you need to do to get a super simple animation using just CSS going on your website. You need your keyframes, and this is, you know, what's going to happen in your animation, and then you basically configure it. So this is going to be the way it gets run. So speed or duration, I should say, delay, what direction it's going in, forwards or backwards, how many times it runs, all of that. So we could even go ahead and take this and we can apply the same animation to the H1 here. And so it's going to run this same exact animation. So if we save that and jump back over here and refresh, you'll see the background here is changing right along with the actual background on top of the image. So if we wanted to, we could go ahead and change this up so that this goes twice as fast. And let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll jump back and refresh. Now you'll see this is leading everything. So since you can call the same animation on different elements, you can not have to rewrite all your keyframes again, but you could simply configure the timing and change it a little bit if you want a very similar animation on a different element just running at a different time. Alright guys, that's it. That's all you need to do to get a CSS animation running. It's just you got to set your keyframes and then call that animation. Now I will leave a link down below to some more detailed information on the different values that you can put in for the animation that you're calling, so you can read through that. But leave a link down below to any CSS animations that you've created. I would love to take a look at it. So if this video helped you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you liked it and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you like the content that I'm creating on this channel, head on over to my Patreon account at patreon.com/Zachary R. Newton, where you can help support this channel and help me create better videos every week. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.